Okay, hello everybody. Good evening, afternoon, whatever. Raven is in the place. Good to see you. We got a chill music on. YouTube is getting mad, but anyway. I'm live, it's working. So, yeah, let's dive right into it. I'm gonna try to keep that relatively short. I need to pack my stuff. I'm flying away tomorrow. And I didn't really start my stuff. Anyway. We're gonna start just with that picture for now, because, well, that's the range we are in, right, on the mid-time frame. Where am I going? I'm just going to see some friends and family. You know, chilling out a bit for summer. Well, I will still be around here and there. I mean, around on the internet. So yeah, the range we are in, there's a few facts that is good to remember. We have been in a bear market for a year and so. It's ended late last year. We went into an uptrend, obviously. We had a correction that was pretty quick. But now, for me, it's resorting that we are not in an uptrend anymore, because we have been in a bearish market structure for a few weeks now. That said, into that bearish market structure, we were basically still in the range, right? We started a range here, we expanded it to the high, we swept the low, and now we are consolidating at the low. So obviously, in an uptrend we have correction. The question is that the finished correction as an ABC? And we are already starting a new trend, or we're still into the middle of the consolidation correction, right? We still have a lot of room below us, where all of this can remain a bearish trend, quote unquote, inside a larger uptrend, right? This count is not my main one, by the way, but all my folder are all broken on TradingView. So anyway, but yeah, what I want to emphasize is just I remain extremely doubtful that we finish the correction here for that uptrend here. Obviously, the count that was here, firstly, if this is a 1 and this is a sub wave 1, in that case, yeah, that would be possible. We spend enough time here to consider this correction of that impulse. Is that the case? But I think it is a lot more relevant to consider all of this uptrend as a wave 1. In that case, this didn't spend enough time, in my opinion, to be finished. So I still overall have a mid-time frame bearish outlook, especially, we went into summer. It's not the greatest time to go for a football run right now, and the halving Bitcoin, which is still what I have mainly in sight for this bull run, because that's how Bitcoin has been evolving so far. It's still in less than a year now, but it's still next year in April, so it makes sense to continue a consolidation correction for a few more months and start an uptrend the beginning of the really next wave, of the third wave, when we'll be finishing the two. Sorry, just a second. I make a pause on this. Je te rappelle dans une demi-heure. Voilà. Alors, je t'entends pas. Allô? Ah oui, désolé. Je te rappelle dans une demi-heure, 3/4 d'heure. Sorry. So, yeah, I remain on that idea. Right. Now, until we lose these lows, it's still meaningful to be positioning on long here, as we are in value are low, at least to target value are high of the range and maybe even supply above here, right? Even if we are continuing the downtrend later, because there is also one case for a lot more bullishness a lot sooner here, right? So yeah, that's how I'm doing things right now. I'm been positioning a bit on long here, prepared to position long lower. I'm gonna review a bit the lower time frame count here that I'm reading. But my main target is just to continue the range, right? And you know, I've been suggesting this could have been a spring here for reaccumulation range, but with how this is evolving, even for, let's say, it's a reaccumulation and we don't go much lower, we don't break down and reaccumulate lower, I think this have a good potential to be still just a secondary test in phase B. You know, we got our initial buying climax, uptrust here. We have another test, but this will be a lower secondary test in phase B, which could still lead to a spring later. Should we don't come much lower, which I think is still possible. And how would I count this for a longer correction to build up? Well, I think it is still relevant to consider this as an ABC, but just instead of being a full correction, we'll consider this as a W, and this as an X. But in terms of time, I would not be surprised that this as an ABC will be just the first wave of the X, right? And we could, again, continue to range here. There is apparently still a bit of liquidity available into that range. You know, we kept building higher low. We have a bit of sweep of liquidity here, but that's really where sentiment start to decrease its bullishness here. But the fact we recover, it come back and come back to the low, fear came back again, etc. So it seems there is still enough emotions to that range for it to continue. So yeah, that's gonna be my main count for now. ABC, W, go for an X, and for a Y later. It could extend in time, or, you know, not sure this is gonna play as clean as we can expect. Usually this correction a lot less cleaner than the impulsive move, right? Oh yeah, that's what I'm reading. Hey, Helixty is here. Jenny, good to see you. Also, I'm focusing a lot more, well, as often, on the what you can read on the 4-hour, 1-hour time frame, right? Especially for the count and from the last main last significant high and lows here. So yeah, here I've been starting to position a bit more on long. Well, range value are low, golden pocket or 707 a bit lower. We took significant liquidity here. And we have the potential for this to be an ABC still. Corrective move down. 161.8 target to tick. So right where we prefer to see, because we're right in the middle of a valid 3 or a valid C, right? And now we'll see if we start to go high, much higher than the high we printed here. Gonna be a bit less obvious for this to be a wave 4. So I also been positioning on the short side here at the high. Now the move from the low seems to be more impulsive than anything, so I don't know. We'll see, but maybe we stay in that range here and we sweep slightly if we really do just an SFP here of 2 days high, in fact. Yeah, that could be another short to target the low we printed this week. But yeah, I don't know. If we printed an ABC down, well, we could correct higher. We have a daily order block. We have the POC of the range here. We have liquidity above here, above the weekly level at 28K. And all of that gonna be take profit for the long side here for me. And potential opportunity for another short, but at that point, yeah, I'm gonna be looking for a range gain. Eventually come back, take that low at some point. Question is, do we stay into that smaller range before taking it, or are we going to expand a bit more first? Or are we really bullish and do we have a 1, a sub 1 here, a 2 and a sub 2 here, and really seeing expansion and volume expansion? Can always keep that in mind if I see that things look too strong. I get patience, reassess, maybe still at range value are high, because even in a bullish case here, at some point you might print again another smaller wave 1 here. As usual, you look for the end of your impulse to finish where there's some nice liquidity, and it will be above Sunday high here at that one. Could still, But here, if we go for the more impulsive stuff here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we basically stay below the 27,400 and take that yesterday low. Well, in that case, we have a lot more compelling case for an impulse down, which would still be a nice opportunity for a long. Where exactly remain to be seen. I think with how we have been stalling higher here, we're probably gonna print a higher low still. But it could come for a sweep of the low here. I know it's hard to guess for now. If it does that, well, that's gonna still be along at that point. But in that case, maybe I will be more aggressive into looking for a short into a low high rather than looking for a range value at low if we print this impulse down here. If we print an impulse down like this into a higher low, well, we could remain into the range and build a corrective structure, something along this line, right? And still into a higher low. Yeah, this is tempting still. And in that case, still look for a range value low. This is tempting because if we are indeed into a WXY structure here, while we have our first wave W, but in theory we could be looking to sweep this to print an X and still print a higher low from May 12th. And go then for the Y. I hope I didn't lost you, but no, you are all well-educated Elliottians in here. I guess you'll follow me. Now what have I'm gonna keep a focus on is this forward RSI resistance and support, in fact. I don't know yet where it goes, but you know, if we are at the resistance or at support and at a level mentioned here, that's just gonna be extra confidence for me to take the position. And obviously look to count any smaller structure, because even if the mid-time frame structure can be extremely complicated to count, each subwave remain as often decently countable. Saying decently because it's not always, but then there's always a few slightly different options, right? For example, there is one here. You could say, yeah, we have finished our wave 4 up here with an impulse up, but because we would be into a flat here, and we will have finished the wave 3 here. Because this you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or you can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with a flat in the middle, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know there's always many options. For now, I counted it like this so far. I like this sub count. Also, you know, I'm looking at my extension and try to see why it is the most compelling. Most conferences. Hi, K1. So yeah, for now that it is what it is. I think my entry got front run here. I was looking to grab a new long at that point. But right now we have been building impulse up Question 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Or maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still. So maybe looking for, well, I will not be trading here, but otherwise I could be looking for higher low trade to take the high again here. And yeah, probably reverse that into a short again. No, we have ABC down already. I still think we could see a lower liquidity taken, here. Coming into the weekend. Kind of a can only be a guess at that point, There was good that was a good short for several reasons. To catch that long, you won't need to be aggressive. That was a good long. In between, here, if you were fast enough, that's nice long as well. In theory, I could be looking for a short here. But with the fact that we have ABC down and impulse up, we'll probably need to be aggressive on the take profit. Because you don't know for sure if you get... if you're gonna stay into that range, or even going lower here, I'll go for a breakout. There's less confidence here right now. There's still a scalp, or a bit more than a scalp to be taken. Already built a 4-hour bull div and MFI oversold here at the low. There's volume coming back in. There is... Okay, lost the connection for a minute. I don't know why. It should not happen. Yeah, lost the connection for a second. Don't know why. It shouldn't happen. Things don't know. Anyway, Binance is back and pushing this back up here. We have pretty high funding at that point, so you... But it's not especially bearish because it's not a lot of elongating trap here. Just maybe a bit too much. Yeah, the spot not really involved into this because we are squeezing short for now, but the short squeeze can push things a lot higher and the spot will pick up later. You know, we reach short squeeze at that moment here. But Binance didn't really reverse to a sell side yet. So yeah, that would be my game plan so far. As a little recap, where to look for long, well, maybe on a sweep of the low here, but with caution, I will not let the resting beats here for now. That could be interesting depending how it happened, but if it happened rather later here. On an ABC, if you have a 1-1 extension, confluence, and if you have your 5 waves here, that's gonna be a great long. Probably want to keep the stop loss below May 12 low. Maybe not too tight, but yeah, for this to continue to range value are low. In theory, you could take that low, but we shouldn't take that one. In theory. Otherwise, the next one we're gonna be 123 back there. Well, at the bigger range value are high. And that's a all range from last summer, right? At that point, you kind of confirm the breakdown of the range, so it's gonna be only for a bounce. And this high should remain rather short-sided. But I don't want to see this push from here, because if we do continue to push to a new high here, well, in that case, as we already have 5 complete, that will mean either 1 on A, but in that case you look for easily the POC here, which is gonna be the next interest. Ideally, a short higher here again will be take liquidity here around the weekly level, come back to range POC, see a bit of open interest trapped at that point. You can easily trigger a short, good short here. So I'm trying to define the 4, 5, 6 different plans possible depending what happened first. As you know, when we are into choppiness like this, obviously you're gonna have a lot of different possibilities. But yes, this remains short, especially if we come back into a higher low, but still lower here, somewhere between the 26.5 and 26.800, and then come back here and sweep that high. That's gonna be a good shot as well. But I would want to see this come back lower first. I hope that this is helpful. Yeah, what else? Quick overview here. Let's make this. Well, doesn't make a big difference. You know, I'm still seeing selling, a lot of selling, but the same way we had a lot of selling here, and you know, every place here we have pretty high selling pressure that is overall still slightly diminishing in terms of the spike of volume, at least. We can see a bit more sustain here. It's not impossible with a breakdown anytime, but yeah, that would suggest a short squeeze, right? Just like we did each time we had a bit too much selling. At some point it's gonna break down, I think. You can see how we have this trend line, yeah, gonna remain relevant to me. We know we broke it last weekend, came into the boat, so that what was making me a bit less, a bit in between here, really unsure in the middle of the range. With a show of strength, basically, we broke the downtrend momentum here at some point, but we still stay into the trend line. So, you know, and the fact that we came back inside makes this trend line still relevant to me. If we claim it again, well, yeah, well, we're gonna see range value high at least, but otherwise it's gonna still be good resistance to keep into your chart, especially, you know, if you are on one level of interest for short and you are at this resistance. Yeah, extra confidence for it. That's the same way on the downside. So yeah, that's gonna be all for today. I think it's, yeah, quick live, but things are messy enough, I think. and yeah, I'll see you all soon as things evolve. Thank you all. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Alex T, Raven, everyone. Have a good weekend and see you all soon.